What is up, guys? It is Jay. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video we are going to be talking all about crankbaits. Now I know, guys, if you've noticed, it's been another like 12 days since my last videos. I know I have been terrible about that, but this cast kind of sucks and we're about like, sorry, I didn't, it's hard. Anyway, she's in the background, so of course I'm like entertained at the same time while I get to post my videos. I'm gonna try to not make this one 45 minutes long like I did my jig one, but I'm still learning about the crankbaits, guys. I really want to gain some confidence. I've talked to some of y'all. By the way, this video is going to be brought to you by Jinko Fishing. If you guys haven't heard of them, I would definitely go check them out. They are great. They're not that old as company. They've been around for like 4 years now. But their slogan is, it's all about the action. And they love their crankbaits. They've spent some really good times in their rods and their reels, or not their reels, their rods, sorry, scratch that. I just have like a habit of saying rods and reels in the same sentence. But they've spent some really good time on their rods. They've spent some really good times on their baits. If it weren't for them, this video would not be a thing. So go check them out. And if you put my code in, my discount code, I'll put it in somewhere here, JSF, you can get 20% off your purchase. All right, let's get to it, guys. It's going to be real simple. Crankbaits are actually one of the most complicated things people make in their mind. And actually, I've done, like I did with all the jig fishing video, I did all the research. I did a lot of videos, and there's a lot out there on crankbaits, let me tell you. There's like just a few basics, though. You have lipless, which, can you take a wild guess what it means? There's no lip. So you have lipless. These guys are great for, doing the bottom, and they typically have a tight wobble. A tight wobble means, when you have that thin body. Okay? So can you see the difference? Good. I'll use this one as a better example. So there's like a thin body versus the thicker body. Okay? So like these guys, when they're in the water, they tend to just kind of fall to the bottom and they'll lay there. And they're really good in the wintertime because what they do at the bottom, they imitate a dead bait fish. So like, they attract them. You'll get some that have that knocker in there, and then you have some that don't, that are silent. Now I don't have any silent lipless right now, but you can hear that knocker. Now, a lot of the times when you have like a pressured water, somebody, a place that gets fished a lot, that's when a lot of the times the silent ones I've heard comes in handy. I'm still trying it out, but these are the little tips that I'm learning along the way. So silent ones can be great to bring in when it's a pressured water and people are using lipless or knockers all the time. So let's move on to just the regular old crankbait, guys. So this right here is a CD7. So what I've learned is typically with the numbers on the cranks is about what the depth is that they can go. These are CD7s. These go between 7 to 9 feet. Now, crankbaits can go up to like 30 feet. I mean, I have no use for that though. So like I don't have it in my collection. I don't own one. I think the one that I own, I think the deepest it goes is like 10 feet, and I don't even have purpose for that one. It's actually going in my giveaway. By the way, go check out my Instagram and follow me so that way when I hit 10,000 followers, you guys can get in on that giveaway. So these are called CD7s. They go between 7 and 9 feet. These are all I'm going to be really using as far as the depths of my crankbait. Now, as you can see, there's like a difference in the depth, or in the length.
Come closer.
Of the bill. Okay, I'll come closer. So, this is a square bill, which is a whole nother one. We'll get to that one in a second. But my point to here is, you see, it's really tough with this one. Can you see how much this one goes down further than this one? It kind of goes out a little straighter. If I could stop getting cut. Sorry, my cast is a pain in the butt. So we'll do it like this. So like, this one goes down at a little bit more further of an angle, and this one kind of straightens out. Now the point I'm getting with that one, guys, is so with a CD7 or any crankbait that's going to be in the shallower waters, you're going to see it go more further down this way, and it's going to have a shorter bill. The deeper you get as far as a diving crankbait, the longer the bill, the deeper it goes. but also that bill is going to be straighter to the nose. I don't know if that makes sense. I have one. She told me to use it for a picture reference, and I'm hoping it's a good picture reference here. I got to go to it now. Now this, guys, is this one that I have here that I'm going to show you if I can get a good picture. This one's the CD25 Jinko Fishing. Now, she's back there. She's going to see if we can get a good image of what it looks like. The straight, if I could, these things are just hooking up on me back here and y'all can't even see it. So,
put
you
one
see
of your other ones on this side.
Put this one on this side. Okay. So this one's going down a little bit more. And the one on my phone there, you can see is the bill's going a little bit straighter. She's a mess. So that has everything to do with the action and the depth and how quickly you want it to dive, right? So that's the biggest thing is you want, you know, if you want it to get down there, that bill is going to help you get down there. Another thing I've learned about these guys is that they float. So like if you really think you're getting caught, just stop what you're doing and let your bait float to the top, and hopefully you don't get caught doing like getting stuck or whatever, because these treble hooks, like usually typically when you have this thing, it's going down the bottom. This bill is really deflecting anything that's going to hit those hooks. So I mean, essentially you're kind of dealing, it's not weedless, but it kind of is. I know that that's kind of how people try to see it. That's how it goes under the water.
If you fish it right.
If you're fishing it right. I'm still gaining a lot of confidence, and this is one of these things I'm going to do. I fish ponds though, guys, so like my crankbait options are limited, and I'm cool with that. I don't, you know, it's fun. Square bills are cool. Now, this is where we're going to now. Square bills. These guys are typically for the shallow waters. They go anywhere typically between, you know, 3 to 6 feet, I think is somewhere in the general range. They're going to be your shallow water. Sometimes you can even get them in like inches of water. It just depends on how you fish them. These are going to do that same thing, but they're just made for more shallow water. And you see how shallow that bill is, and it's squared off. Okay, that's where you get that term square bill. Square bill is a crankbait. A lipless is a crankbait. A jerkbait, not a crankbait. We'll get to that one in another video. But I just wanted to clarify, because some people want to think that jerkbaits are crankbaits, and they are not. So, but we'll get to that one on another video, like I said. But those are the basic guys. When it comes to colorations, I have mixed colors here. So you've got like craw colors. Oh, another thing. So just to listen to the knockers. So here's that's a knocker. That's a silent.
That's just the hooks making
That's just
noise.
the hooks, and they're making
There's
that
no
noise.
knocker.
Like I can't do it without getting my hand hooked. Like that's just the hooks making that noise. So that's the difference between a silent and a knocker. So, but we got different colors that we, you know, do throw. Have you ever heard the term match the hatch? I bet you have. So the reason why you match the hatch is because you want to attract the bass to the fish they eat already, right? So, dun, dun, dun. What I fish is ponds, guys. What they eat mainly in ponds where I am is bluegill and crawdads. Those are two of the biggest things that they eat around here, okay? So in like every coloration, or in like every one of these, I have like this coloration and some sort of natural, I mean, it's right there. Some sort of natural coloration. I like to do bright colors too, something that's gonna get some attention. You know, this guy, she's looking over here, so I mean, she wants me to pull this guy out, I'm assuming. Oh, we have all kinds over here. They're doing tricks for us. We're doing them all around the circles.
That's funny.
She likes this guy right here.
Bring him close.
This one right here, though, listen. I'm only showing this one off because she loves the color. It's pink and purpley, and yep. So, it's bright, it's different. I truly don't know if this one's gonna work, but we'll try it one day, we'll see.
I'm gonna try it.
She's gonna try it. It's cool.
I have faith in that.
Try it. That's the biggest thing, is everybody's like, well, you can't just go out there and try it. Take the knowledge of the information that I'm giving you and just go try it if you want. My biggest advice, I would say don't try this one first, truthfully. Stick with your hatch, guys. If you have shad, if you have something shimmering, little shimmering guys like that, you know, you get something like that going in there. If you got bluegill, like I said, you stick with your natural colors too. They're great. Oh. Just can't leave out the red because the crawl color is important. It really is. By the crawl color. The crawl color is important though. This is actually a different crawl pattern. I think it's up. I don't want to like name my hemisphere and be wrong, but it's a different crawl pattern. Oh, some come closer. See, I'm all the way back here, and I feel like I'm really close to you guys as it is. So, bright's good, snags their attention. Matching the hatch is better, usually speaking. When it comes to the water clarity, I've heard to gain confidence more, do it in muddy water, apparently. Don't do it more in clear water. Just try it out with muddy water, see how that does for you guys. The reason being is because that knocker is going to cause the attention. Apparently, fish aren't dumb, which, you know, I wouldn't put it past them anyway. Bass can be pretty smart. They have tricked me plenty of times. So, but they know, like, what these are a lot of the times. So, like, to gain more confidence, I've heard to try it more on a murky day when they can't see as well. When what they're listening for is, or when they're more relying on their ears and what they're listening for rather than their vision, because most of the time they're relying on their eyes and seeing what, you know, on what they can see. So try it on a muddy day. That's what I gotta say on that one. You want a tight wobble? Stick with a tight body. Okay? Skinny, tight, keeps a tight wobble. You want a wide wobble? Stick with something a little fatter. I don't even have something that's fatter. I don't have anything that's really bigger than that, but they have some that are literally like almost round because you want that wide wobble. They call it, what is it, a wobble or a something? There's another term that the guys use out there that I was watching in the videos, and I was like, you want it tight or you want it wide. They're both wobbles. You either want a tight wobble, wibble wobble, or you want a wide one. Now, that all depends on what season you're fishing. Typically, when you want tighter, it's when the water's cold and the fish are doing this. So you're talking about fall and the winter and like maybe early spring, depending on where you are. You want a wider wobble when you want that attention. The waters are warmer and the fish are doing this in the water. You want to mimic the fish. It's kind of the point. So, think about the body. Think about the bill. Think about if you even want a bill. Think about a knocker. Some have other knockers too that make a deep knock sound. Some have lighter sounds. Some have, like I said, none at all. These are the basics, guys. I'm still learning on them. So, if you have any questions, if I can get more into it with you guys, I want to. I'm going to. I'm learning more. But this is literally, I watched a ton of videos. I read a bunch of blogs on this stuff, and these are like the basics that I could get to, and I'm getting to like 14 minutes, and I don't want to get here for 45 minutes, and I'm gonna know how, and if I really wanted to, I probably could, because, you know, we talk a lot. Anyway, let me get to the point, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Actually, I did get to the point. I think I covered the points. Do you have any questions? Did I cover anything good? Like, I hope I covered things that were good.
That was funny.
Was there anything I didn't cover that people might have questions about? She's back here thinking, so that's what we're figuring out.
The lipless that you have, the Jinko lipless that you have there,
Yes.
are they all to where you have to tie the hook on? Or
No.
do some of them come with a hook?
So, that's a good question. Sorry. Yeah, these guys don't have hooks on them. So what this one's called, and I don't want to mess this name up, Jinko. I do apologize, so I'm just going to make sure. I know it's trap line rip knocker, I think. Oh, did I get it right? Trap line rip knocker. Okay, so this is a trap line rip knocker. This comes with one treble hook. Okay? So it goes down here. You put the line in the middle in the hole. Can you see me down there? Yeah. And then we're gonna tie it on right there. Okay, and that gives you one good treble hook right there. It doesn't have one in the arse. Don't have that. Okay. So, but usually speaking, you're gonna have one that has two, just like this. And they have one that's called the Rip Knocker, and it looks like this, same body, but with two, and they're attached. They're like your typical lipless crankbait. This guy right here, I really enjoyed this. This is something new that I'm getting used to, and it's something I've only seen, this was the first time of me actually seeing that, and that just kind of shows my, like, lack of knowledge on lipless crankbaits, I think, when I'm learning. So this to me was really cool. When I was fishing with this, the line did not get caught. It didn't get all stuck to each other. I wasn't having issues with this hook because it was separated from the actual line itself or from the actual body. So like there was no caught up. I didn't have a lot of issues with it. It was actually I actually enjoyed fishing with it a lot. And I can't wait to take it back out again. And like I said, with lipless guys, those guys you tend to fish on the bottom. That's the bottom. That's where you go. You can almost fish it like a Texas rig if you want to. What we do, by the way, I'm glad I thought about that. The term's called yo-yoing. Okay? It's where you throw it down there and you throw it up like a yo-yo.
That's what you do with lipless?
That's what you do with a lipless crankbait. Okay? You want your crankbaits to sit there and hit up against the rocks and everything. You want it down there getting in the rough and in the grass and things like that. That's what you want. So like, don't be afraid, guys. These things were made durable, and if they weren't, check your hooks. I've heard a lot of times the stock hooks are crap on a lot of models. If you're not dealing with good models, I would check your stock hooks. I have some from China. The hooks suck. Like, they suck. I literally could probably take them and bend them out. You have to have good companies with good hooks that come stocked that way. These come with VMC hooks. If you guys haven't heard of VMC, that's a good company. Go check them out. They're good hooks. Can't really say much less about that. And a lot of the times, if you're having bad hookup ratio, I've heard take your little hooks, make them point in a little bit more or a little out. Really just depends on what your problem is. I can't tell you more about that because I don't know more about that. But I've heard that you can mess with the angle of your hooks a little bit and it can help your hookup ratio. I'm not a hook specialist yet, so I'm not in on that one yet. She's reaching over here trying to do something, so I'm not sure. No, we can't play with those. That's a top water. Okay. We're not going to talk about that one yet. That's going to be a whole nother one. That's not a crankbait. That ain't a jerkbait. That's a top water. But anyway, that's what I know about crankbaits. I will have a jerkbait coming to you soon, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this one, comment on it, and let me know what you liked about it. And tell me what you think. And give me some ideas. I love these videos. I really do. I do have to start throwing them out there a little bit quicker. I know I'm slow. Please forgive me. You know how it goes. She hasn't done any cool artwork yet, so let's comment about the kind of artwork she should bring to this new cast. By the way, if y'all haven't noticed, it's new. It's tighter. Anyway, all right, guys. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Jinko. I don't know if you heard her in the background. She just said that, but yes, shout out. Thank you, Jinko. I do appreciate it again. And I can't go without doing it because if we go out and I don't say this, she's gonna be like, you didn't say it, because I tend to forget sometimes. But you guys know how it goes. Even if it's cold, even if it's hard and it's slow, and every time we go out lately, we get skunked. It's okay, because guess what? We get to go fish. So you know what that means? No complaints. I'll see you on the next one.